Ever find that you had that initial consult, someone's meeting with you for the first time, they're interested in your accounting firm services, and that you end up just doing some things for free without getting paid? This is Lauren Fogelman with Business Success Solution, and I regularly speak with firm owners about low rates, working those long hours, doing work without compensation, and the fact that they really don't enjoy negotiating their fees. And I just want to say that when you have all these things happening, one thing or all of them is that it quickly adds up to thousands of dollars that you're never going to be compensated for. And think about all that time that you devoted and that it wasn't really appreciated as much as you would have liked. So at times when this comes up, you start to think, am I running my firm or is my firm running me? And I want to say that a lot of this has to do with your initial consult. That sets the stage for everything. And the way that you operate your initial consult, your process for initially meeting with them, then what you enroll them into, and how that whole episode transpires as you're onboarding them, that leaves clues as to whether you're in charge of your firm or your firm is in charge with you, especially when you find that you're meeting with someone, it's a potential new client, and their books are just a mess. And they really need you to be able to help them get that all figured out so that it is accurate and up to date. So if you find that you're eager to help because you are a client-centered firm owner, then there's probably many times that you end up getting to do some work and you never get compensated for it. Well, let's go ahead and fix that. It doesn't need to happen any longer. You can still be client-centered and be able to have people that you're meeting with perceive that, but you deserve to get compensated for the things that you know and the work that you do. So what I suggest is that you actually slow down your engagement process instead of running them, rushing in to have them being a new monthly client and quickly onboarding them and then finding out about the headaches and the nightmares and the things that you didn't expect and how that affects your timeline. I want you to do a review before you ever get to work. And the thing to consider is that by doing this, you avoid some of those costly mistakes, and you also now have a system or a process in your onboarding system that you just didn't have before. In fact, doing this adds an entire new stream of revenue for your firm. So one of the things to think about is that you are heart-centered. You care about your clients. You want to make a difference for them. And that some of the ways that you appear to want to show how much you care for your clients is you do a little bit of work for them while you're meeting with them initially, or you answer some of their questions, and that initial free consult turns into a free information center. Well, I want to just say my mission is for you to be able to increase your firm's revenues without working any additional hours. And there's actually 5 tips I have on how to be able to put this process into place. But because of time, I want to share one of them with you right now. And the rest I'm going to go ahead and share in my upcoming masterclass, which is earn 2 to 3 times more from your cleanup projects, increase profits, improve efficiency, and reduce stress. And you can get all those details at businesssuccesssolution.com/cleanup. But let's go into one tip that I have from the training. Is that, imagine this, you're meeting with a business owner. It's that initial consult. This person knows that they need to have their financials taken care of. They're not where they need to be. It's been stressing them. They haven't been making good decisions because of that. And as a result of that, you know that their books need to be cleaned up before you can actually give them any accurate information. So this is all during your initial consult. You dig around, you review, you see a couple of things, and there might be just a couple little fixes that you could easily make, including just checking a box that was unchecked, and it would make a huge difference in their accuracy. So you just make a couple of those adjustments. Doesn't take any time at all. and they have a couple questions about how to do things. And because you want to show them that you know what you're talking about, you want them to see how you do have the expertise, you happily answer those questions. As a result, some of them think that the problems are now fixed. But I want you to think about your initial consult in a new way. Think of it as the first step to realizing whether this is someone you want to work with or not. And the only purpose of this initial consult is to determine if it's someone you want to work with, and if so, you want to move them into a review and an assessment. And I teach my clients how to do a paid review and assessment. But I just want to say, even during that part, whether it's the initial consult, the review and assessment, a lot of times you can't hold yourself back from making a couple little changes. You start to fix things even while doing the diagnostic. And once again, you're doing some work without being compensated yet. And when this is happening during the initial consult, you're giving away information for free. You're giving away your expertise for free, because this person is not a client yet until there's been an exchange of money. So when you're doing the work, there hasn't been an exchange of money. Once again, that's when you're giving away things for free. So I just want to reemphasize, no one is a new client, no matter how many promises they're making you about wanting to move forward with you. Until there's been an exchange of money, they are not a client. So I just want to say, if you find that you are eager to get to work, those consults turn into pick your brain sessions, and then you have someone who you thought was eager to get started and you never hear from them again, they don't engage your service, what you want to do is start to change your initial consultation and onboarding approach. So these are four things you want to think about. You want to do a review first. So not during the initial consultation, you want to do a paid diagnostic review. Then you want to go ahead and meet with them to discuss your findings. You want to then get verbal as well as written approval to do the work, because this now protects you as far as scope. And then you also want to get paid before you start doing the review and the assessment. So those are the four things. It's part of what I call the auto mechanic strategy. Is once again, you take the initial consult, you enroll them into a review, you meet with them to discuss what you found, you get approval to move forward and do the work, which would be the cleanup project, and then you get paid before you get started, including getting paid before you start the assessment and the review. I will share the rest of the tips that I have during my upcoming masterclass on how to be able to avoid some of the costly mistakes you might not even realize that you're making. It is going to be earn 2 to 3 times more from your cleanup projects, increase profits, improve efficiency, and reduce stress. That's on Wednesday, August 14th at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific. If you want to go ahead and join me for that, you can go to businesssuccesssolution.com/cleanup and get all the details and get registered. So I'd love to hear from you. What was it that resonated with you, that affirms something that you're doing, a change that you want to immediately implement? And how do you go ahead and deal with those cleanup surprises? We want to fix that and take that away so your work is highly profitable and less stressful. I look forward to further conversations. Lauren Fogelman, showing accounting firm owners how to double their income, working half the time.